it as a digital ghost story that you can read on your phone. The story is about a character called Flo who lost her mother when she was a child. And she has this ability to communicate with ghosts. She thinks, okay, who is the one ghost that I do actually want to talk to? And of course, that's her mother. So the story is about her trying to figure out how to connect with her mother when in fact all these other ghosts keep arriving. I did think of the story as a story to read in bed at night, perhaps by yourself, in your room, where you feel safe and you feel willing to read a ghost story. Part of how we relate to technology is this idea that sometimes technology does what it's not expected to do or is in some way possessed. So I wanted to engage with that quite directly with this idea of a story that you read on your phone where ghosts inhabit the story, inhabit your phone in some way that is a little uncanny.
By making that phone feel haunted, Breathe puts it into the same history of mediums as radio and television and telephones. So the radio with the crackling static, that's already spooky. A TV that's able to spill kind of like haunted girls onto the floor of your lounge. Mobile phones don't have that same kind of static, and yet what Kate's managed to do is make it feel haunted.
The story is site responsive in that it personalizes itself to where you are, where you're reading, the time of day, the weather outside. And so I liked the idea of using those elements to add a ghostly layer on top of the story.
That's the thing that stuck with me when I went away from the text. It made me look at my device again. And it made me realize that we always have a camera pointing at our face and always have a camera pointing away from us, scanning our landscape. And we don't know who's on the other end of the line picking up those signals. Then you have these more interesting interactions of using a camera, of wiping the screen, and that finger on glass moment that has just become the default for what we do in a digital world has suddenly become literary. And so we do this movement between veils of reality, between our world, the story world, and that comfortable space of books that we're really familiar with.
Part of my response to the ambient literature project was this idea of thinking about what it means to write a situated text. For me, that was very much to do with the notion that you read a story in bed at night on your own. And is there a way in which the technology can help situate that story actually where you are when you're reading and what you're reading, and how those things can work together to potentially create a new form of storytelling, a new kind of reading experience.